Imagine you have a text file and you want to send it to another computer. If you send it as plain text, anyone who intercepts the network traffic could read your data. That's a serious risk. To prevent this, you decide to encrypt the file before sending it. Okay, but how can encryption be done? Let's learn it step by step. First, you create an AES key. You can generate this key with a simple Python code. In a moment, we'll go through everything we've learned step by step with code. This key is like a special password that can both lock and unlock your data. You must keep it safe because anyone who has this key can access the information. Next, you take your text file and encrypt it using this key. After this step, the file is no longer readable. It turns into scrambled data. After encrypting the file, you send the encrypted file to the other computer. But in addition to that, the AES key also needs to be shared with the receiver. Using this AES key, the receiver can decrypt the encrypted file and read the original content. All of this, creating a single AES key, using it to encrypt data, sending both the encrypted file and the key, and then decrypting it on the other side, is called symmetric encryption. But there is a problem with symmetric encryption. If a hacker manages to infiltrate your network and obtains both your AES key and your encrypted file, what happens? They would be able to easily decrypt and read your data. We can solve this problem by using asymmetric encryption instead of symmetric encryption. But before that, let's see how symmetric encryption works in practice using Python. We are going to encrypt this text file. First, I create an AES key. I can easily do this using Python with Fernet. In this step, the code simply generates a key and saves it into a file. When you run the program, an AES key will be created, a randomly generated sequence of bytes stored as text. Now, I use this AES key to encrypt the text file. In this part, the code loads the key, reads the content of the text file, and encrypts it using that key. Then it saves the encrypted version as a new file. When you run the code, your text file will be encrypted using the AES key, and a new file will be created. This encrypted file is no longer in a readable format. Now let's try to decrypt this data using the same AES key. Now imagine that we send both the AES key and the encrypted file to computer 2. Here, the code again loads the same key, reads the encrypted file, and decrypts it. Then it saves the result as a new file. When you run this code, you will have successfully decrypted the file and the text will be readable again. But there is a problem here. What happens if the AES key is captured by an unauthorized hacker during the network transfer? In that case, they could easily decrypt your data, so we need to improve the security a bit more. Instead of symmetric encryption, we can use asymmetric encryption. In asymmetric encryption, a public key and a private key are generated. The public key is used for encryption, while the private key is used for decryption. Let's say a text file will be sent from one computer to another. The public key is shared with the other computer. The sender uses this public key to encrypt the text file. Then, the encrypted file is sent to the other computer. Even if a hacker on the network intercepts the encrypted file during transmission, it cannot be read because it is in an unreadable format. This encrypted data can only be decrypted using the private key that was generated together with the public key. Once the encrypted file reaches the other computer, it is decrypted using the private key. The private key is never shared with other computers. Therefore, a much higher level of security is achieved. Now let's implement this example in Python to understand it better. Now we're going to encrypt this text file using a public key and then decrypt it using a private key. I'm doing this on a Windows operating system. First, open a terminal as an administrator. You need to have OpenSSH installed on your computer because we'll use it to generate our public and private keys. You can quickly check whether OpenSSH is installed. If it's not installed yet, you can start the installation with a simple command. Once the installation is complete, check again just to make sure everything is set up correctly. Great, now it's successfully installed. Next, we generate our keys using the SSH key generation tool. We'll create a public and private key using the RSA algorithm. While running the command, you specify where the keys will be saved. For now, we'll create the keys without a password. The file with the .pub extension is the public key, and the other file is the private key. Now let's move on to encryption using the public key. We load the public key, read our text file, and encrypt it using that key. Then we save the encrypted output as a new file. Go ahead and run it. And there we go. The encrypted file is created. If you try to open it, you'll see that it's no longer in a readable format. At this point, this file can only be decrypted using the private key. So let's do that. Now we load the private key, read the encrypted file, and decrypt it using the matching key. Then we save the decrypted result into a new file, run it, and let's see what happens. And done. Using the private key, we've successfully converted the encrypted file back into a readable format. If you want to learn Python, check out the courses section on the channel. You can start learning Python with many free courses. To support us, you can subscribe to the channel and become a member.